kids. It's time for ELA. Are you ready? Boys and girls, welcome on today. We're going to have another great class, and I'm going to teach you how to analyze any text you read. You heard of Charlotte's Web? Well, get ready. You're going to be coming to Miss Star's Web, okay? And we're going to use those spidey senses to locate things into the text. Come on, and let's get moving. All right, so our objective for today is going to be to break apart a text. The main word that I want you to know is called analyze. Analyze means to break it apart, and we usually can use examine as well as being that. So you're still kind of being a doctor going into my web. Okay, when you analyze a text, you feel strong. You feel like you're a great reader, okay? So I'm going to show you our web. On today, I'm going to already help you to help and prep yourself to use a web. So in the middle, you're going to put a box. And so if you can just kind of draw one of those, a big circle, which is our main idea and theme is going there. Overall structure of the text, point of view, genre, author's purpose, and over here is your text evidence. So these are the big six, and we're going to talk about those a little more. You need to know how to answer questions based off of the big six strategies, okay? All right, the big six comprehension skills are theme, main idea, author's purpose, point of view, text structure. Sometimes they'll say overall structure of the text in a question, and your genre here, okay? So let's look at this. The theme is the overall message that you'll hear in the text. Usually you can say the theme in one word, okay? The main idea, sometimes called the central message or even central idea, remember, like our other lesson, is found in the entire text. So it connects to the theme. So the theme is the umbrella, and then you'll use a long sentence to kind of state out the main idea or a key phrase. All right? Point of view. We can see that point of view is what you experience through the reader's emotions. Whether it's first person, remember, you jump in it. If it's third person, you jump out of it, okay? All right? In first person, story words, remember, are I, we, me, us. And third person would be like they, she, him, her. Okay? And let's look at our text structure. This is one of my favorites. Structure means how something is framed, how something is built. Was it framed by compare and contrast? Was it cause and effect, or was it chronological order? Now, there are other text structures, but right now at the reading level you are, these are going to be kind of your main three text structures, okay? All right, our genres can be fantasy, realistic fiction, informational text, historical text, nonfiction, a poem, and it goes on and on and on. You guys, let's dive really close and examine this text more closely and the skills that we need in order to examine. All right, so remember I had asked you boys and girls to create a web, okay? So again, you heard of Charlotte's Web. Here's Miss Star's Web. Voila! Okay, so in my web, I'm going to talk about the main idea, which connects to the theme. The theme is always on the top. We're going to talk about our point of view, genre, author's purpose, text evidence, overall structure of the text. Now, this step is done when you're reading with a purpose. If you understand the entirety of your story, which is your passage, your text, then you're feeling confident and able to, again, answer part A and part B questions, as well as you're able to write about any of these. You may be asked, what's the point of view? How did it impact the story? You may be asked, what's the author's purpose for the reader? You may be asked, what's the central theme or the central message? You may be asked to write about the overall structure of the text, how it connects to the main idea. So with the Big Six, if you've learned all of these, if you've studied all of these, when it comes to your writing prompts, whatever question that you're given, you're able to write about it, okay? All right. Let's look at the text, The Elephant's Child by Rudyard Kipling, okay? This is another common lit cold read assignment, cold read text, and we're just going to kind of go through that. All right, so we're looking at The Elephant's Child, and I'm going to kind of read here, and you can follow along with me. All right. In the high and far off times, the elephant, oh best beloved, had no trunk. He had only a blackish, bulgy nose as big as a boot that he could wriggle about from side to side, but he couldn't pick up things with it. But there was one elephant, a new elephant, an elephant's child, who was full of satiable curiosity. And that means he asked ever so many questions. And he lived in Africa, and he filled all Africa with his satiable curiosities. Okay, so this is our word, satiable curiosities. He's very inquisitive. He asks a lot of questions. He asks why his tall aunt, the ostrich, why her feathers grew. Okay, let's make our words a little bigger here on the screen for just a second here. Let's make this. Okay, and all right, we can see that better there in Starville. Let's look here. It says, he asked his broad aunt, the hippopotamus, why her eyes were red, and his broad aunt, the hippopotamus, spanked him with her broad hoof. And he asked his hairy uncle, the baboon, why melons tasted just so, and his hairy uncle, the baboon, spanked him, all right, his hairy paw. And still he was full of satiable curiosity. He asked questions about everything that he saw, heard, or felt, or smelled, or touched, and his uncles and his aunts spanked him, and he was still full of satiable curiosity. So we're setting up, remember, beginning, middle, end. In the beginning of our story, we see that the elephant is very what? Curious, okay? He asked so many questions, all right? So now, let's go here. And we see more information that later on, there was a procession and he proceeded. According to the precedent, the satiable elephant's child took 100 pounds of banana and 100 pounds of sugar cane. He said goodbye because he wanted to go and find out, what does the crocodile eat for dinner? Okay? Everybody kept on saying, leave me alone, leave me alone. He kept getting spankings. So later on, he went a little warm. And then let's go to this statement. It says, and they all spanked him once more for good luck, although he asked them politely to stop. So they were tired of his questions. He didn't have a trunk. They kept on spanking him, and he was just so tired of getting spanked for his questions, and he felt a little different. Boys and girls, have you had a time where you may have felt a little different because you asked a lot of questions? Right, I get that, and that's okay. This story is going to encourage you to teach you that ask your questions because they're going to lead to something great. Okay, so later on in our story, I'm just going to scroll down. The elephant is going to meet a bicolored python snake. He doesn't really trust the bicolored python snake because all the spankings he's gotten, so he doesn't want to get in trouble. But later, when he finds the crocodile, he asks the crocodile. Let's read exactly from the text what happened when he asked the crocodile. It says, so he pulled the elephant's child, and the crocodile pulled. Okay? But the elephant's child and the bicolored python snake pulled the hardest, and at last, the crocodile let go the elephant's nose with a plop that you could hear all up and down the limpo. So what's going on there is the person he didn't trust, which was the bicolored snake, has to come along and save him because he goes to ask, who's going to ask a crocodile, guys? Hey, Mr. Crocodile, what do you eat for dinner? The first thing he's going to say is snap, 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 you. Okay? So that's what happened with the crocodile and the elephant. But before he was able to snap him, the snake came to save him. And in the process, he pulls his nose out. So that's what happened. So again, the elephant goes home and he goes to show everybody his trunk later on at the end. And the deer families start to take care of him, and the deer families start to accept him because they know, hey, he has a trunk too, so he's able to spank people now. All right, let's give it up for our story. That was such a great read, boys and girls. I'm glad you enjoyed that. All right. All right, so we're back in our PowerPoint. All right, now let's analyze the main idea of this story. Remember, in our web, that's what we're doing here. The main idea says determination is our theme. We wanted to have one word, determination. Why? Because the elephant was really curious. He had a lot of questions. He was determined. He packed up everything and went to search for his own answers. Okay, main idea here, curiosity can open up new doors of opportunity. So once again, you put this in this part of the main idea, and then you put this statement in your box here, all right? Let's move on to the author's purpose, which is my favorite. Guys, why do we read text if we're not going to understand what the author proposed for the reader to learn? Who's the reader? You are. So in your writing, don't refer to yourself as you should have learned. Refer to the reader learns, okay? Everything is about what the reader should have done, okay? The author's purpose is for the reader, which is you, to understand that determination and curiosity can lead to answers. The reader should also understand that curiosity can reveal inner truths. And I love this sweet story because guess what? The elephant didn't realize he had a trunk all along. So when he was so determined to find answers about something else, he winds up finding something out about himself. And through stories like this, you can make a text to self connection and see what inner truths you may have, boys and girls. All right. So once again, our main idea and author's purpose connect. If you look at our web, everything is attached to the main idea because that's like the anchor. That's the base of any text you're going to read. All right. Now let's look at the point of view. This text is told from a third-person point of view. So the reader is out of the text and they examine the activity of the elephant as he journeys for answers. The reader is told the events by the narrator. Therefore, the reader does not experience their events. However, the reader does gather humor and adventure throughout the text through the eyes of the narrator, okay? And point of view goes there. So now that you're going through, look here, you haven't even answered any part A, part B questions. You've just simply analyzed this whole text. So for your writing assignment, you don't know which of the big six you're going to be picked to answer, but you are able to write about anything because you have knowledge on every bubble. All right, genre, really simple. This is a mythical tale, okay? And so it's going to go there. All right, and let's look right there at the overall structure of the text. The text is structured by chronological order, okay, and cause and effect. It tells the reader the journey of the elephant from start to finish. It's very important that you learn how to do these, okay? So let's see. For chronological order, it's sort of like a staircase, which is here on our bubble. At the bottom, I usually put what happens at the beginning because that's the base. The elephant asks too many questions. In the middle, the elephant gets no answers. So we use our TWR symbols here. Elephant / no answers leads to journey / finds what crocs eat. Okay? So this is amazing here. We can also use TWR to do the ending. Croc / trick the elephant plus the snake had to save the elephant, which led to finding his trunk. So again, all of these things are going to create some ideas and events here so that you can write a full story. Now you've went over the big six. Let's go back over and see our big six. Oh, we didn't go over our text evidence. Text evidence should support the overall theme, which is curiosity of the elephant. Okay? And so then I pull a quote from our story. It says, he especially went out of his way to find a broad hippopotamus, and he spanked him very hard to make sure that the bicolor python rock snake had spoken the truth about his new trunk. So boys and girls, if we go back, we see that everything is connecting to the main idea, which is curiosity has led the elephant to find new opportunities. So everything we say in our web needs to connect to our theme, our main idea. And so now we don't know what our mystery question is, but we're going to find out, okay? All right. We're going to find out what our mystery question is. It says, let's use the web to analyze a question regarding the author's purpose. We will use the TWR SPO strategy to support our writing. Materials that you're going to need is a sheet of paper and a pencil. And once again, you are going to use your TWR SPO, which you have your thesis statement or your topic sentence, and your 3 details and your closure statement. Which of the big six do you think you are going to be asked to read about today? I don't know. We shall see. Let's think about it. Will it be author's purpose? Will it be main idea? Will it be point of view? Will it be theme? You know what I mean. Let's see, okay? All right, so we have our author's purpose question. So that's what we're going to be doing here. It says, what is the author's purpose of the text? The elephant's child. Use the web to create an SPO. Include text, evidence, and details to support your responses. So we've had our writing lesson. So now that you're familiar with how to use the SPO model, which it stands for single paragraph outline, let's see what we were able to do with it. All right, SPO, you have your thesis and topic sentence up here at the top and your details. Let's start off with your topic sentence. After reading the text, comma, the elephant's child, the reader understands that the author intended to teach how curiosity can lead to new opportunities. A very strong sentence, which can be compiled together if you use who, what, when, where, how strategy. Okay? So that's a very strong sentence there. And we restated the question in our thesis. Let's look at some details. Elephant / different from the others because no trunk. Elephant, which I'm now going to call him E, asks too many questions, lead to spanking. Okay? Here are our last 3. E is tired, no answers, led to search for the croc. E finds the croc, asks about the food and the snake in the rescue. E realizes he has the trunk and goes home, no more spankings, because he found his inner truth, okay? Now look at our conclusion. It's very important that the top of your apple matches the bottom of your apple, okay? This is a paragraph, but I like to think it as a little apple pie because it needs to come full circle. In conclusion, this is what the author hoped the reader would learn from the text, comma, the elephant's child. All right? And when I say the text, comma, the elephant's child, we should know that's a positive. It equals it. It means the same thing, okay? All right, look at our final paragraph there, boys and girls. This is amazing. From your SPO and from you understanding and analyzing your web, you were able to feel comfortable when you read your text, The Elephant's Child, and look at this beautiful writing here that we've done together. This is so amazing. Unfortunately, our time, boys and girls, is coming to a close. Here's our web. Remember to use Miss Star's web anytime that you get lost, okay? We had a good day. We had a good day. We had a jolly good day. I hope you have a jolly. I hope you have a jolly. Hope you have a jolly good day. See you next time.